ब्रह्मनाथ। शांति शांति शांति। स्वस्थ। Hello students, in the previous class we discussed in detail about the red-green color blindness. We discussed the 5 main cases in the case of the red-green color blindness. Also we discussed about the crisscross inheritance. Okay. Today, as your next unit test exam is your biology, so today we'll try to revise all the portion starting from the hormonal method up to the red-green color blindness. I will try to tell you in briefly. We'll have a recap from the class of the hormonal method up to the red-green color blindness. So firstly we'll discuss about the hormonal method. Okay, hormonal method, as we know, it is of 3 types. One is your oral contraceptive, second one is your non-oral, and third one is your emergency contraceptive. Okay, further the oral contraceptive, it is of 2 types. One is your combined pill, other one is your mini pill. Simply I will try to tell in briefly. Okay, the combined pills, the common example is your Mala D and Mala N. Okay, and the combined pills means it consists of both the progestin and the estrogen. Okay, the synthetic form of progestin means the synthetic form of the progesterone. It consists of both progestin and the estrogen, whereas the mini pills, it only consists of the progestin. Okay, so in the case of the combined pill, the commonly used progestin is your levonorgestrel or the desogestrel. Okay, whereas in case of the the commonly used estrogen in the case of the combined pill is your ethinyl estradiol, or we can say mestranol. Okay, secondly, mini pills means it only consists of the progestin or the synthetic form of the progesterone, and the common example in the 1 mark it can be asked of the mini pill is your Saheli. And what is the non-steroid compound present in the case of the Saheli? Then your answer will be centchroman. CENTCHROMAN, centchroman. Where the Saheli is being developed? It is developed at Central Drug Research Institute, Lucknow. This could be your 1 mark objective. Next, non-oral contraceptive. It is basically of 2 types. One is your Norplant, other one is your Implanon. It is simply implanted. Okay, implanted in the body. So both the Norplant and the Implanon are the only progestin containing compounds, such as only progestin means the synthetic form of progesterone is only present. In the case of Norplant, the levonorgestrel is present. Okay, and it consists of 6 permeable fan-like, we can say capsule, or we can say its structure is somehow fan shaped. Okay, next is your Implanon. It is simply rod-like structure having compound the 3-keto-desogestrel. Okay, and third one is your emergency contraceptive, or we can say the morning after pills. Why it is so called? Because in the case of the emergency means if in the case of the unprotected sexual intercourse, then to prevent from the pregnancy, various pills are being taken, such as I pill, unwanted 72, etc. Next is your the natural method. Natural method is not somehow affected like others method, but it is the natural method. It consists of, it is divided into 3 types: periodic abstinence, coitus interrupts, and also the lactational amenorrheal method, or LAM. Okay, in the case of the periodic abstinence, you know, the fertile period during the ovulation, the sexual intercourse should be prohibited. Okay, because during the fertile period of the ovulation, means the menstrual cycle, the chances of getting pregnant is very often high, or we can say the chances of the pregnancy is high. So the avoidance of the sexual intercourse during the fertile period of the menstrual cycle is known as a periodic abstinence. Coitus interruptions, you know already, means during just before the insemination, or we can say just before the ejaculation, to prevent the insemination, means the exposure of the semen into the vagina, then just before the ejaculation the male partner withdraws his penis, okay, to prevent from the insemination, okay, eventually which will lead to the prevention of the pregnancy. But it is not so effective as it is the one of the natural method. Last one is your lactational amnion method, or the LAM. In this case, no ovulation, eventually no menstrual cycle up to 6 months of the born of the baby, okay. Please note down, we have discussed so far the hormonal method and the natural method. Please note down. Next we will discuss our two important short notes, we can say. First one is your MTP, or we can say the medical termination of pregnancy, or we can say it is said as abortion also. And we will also discuss the terminal method of the family planning, okay. First, while writing, it could be asked as your 3.5 marks terminal method or your MTP. So you can say in the case of the MTP, first you write you should write the definition or meaning, as it is called as the medical termination of pregnancy, okay, which is used for the terminating of the pregnancy, and it is called also the abortion. In this case, you could be asked 1 mark objective in which year it was legalized, then your answer will be 1971. Which period it is safe when it is done? It is safe basically generally up to 12 weeks, but on the suggestion of the gynecologist, it can be also done till the 28th number of week, okay. Next, incidence, how it occurs, we can say it is done around 45 to 50 millions per year, okay, which is around 1/5 of the total pregnancy. And it is of two types. One is your spontaneous MTP, other one is your therapeutic. In the spontaneous means if the abortion is done between the or we can say up to the 4th week of the pregnancy, or we can say therapeutic means it is done after the 4th week, or we can say it is done by the vacuum aspiration or the surgical procedures. Next you will write why MTP, what is the significance, why it is important. As MTP means, we can say the medical termination of pregnancy, it is basically used for the abortion, or we can say if the mother is not prepared for the pregnancy, or it may effect a harmful effect on the mother and the fetus both. So in that case we can go for the abortion. Or we can say if for to prevent the unwanted pregnancy also, if the mother is not ready to get herself in mother, so we can say is not prepared for the mother, so we can say in that case you can go for the MTP. But there are various drawbacks. What are the various drawbacks? Simply also you will have to write various drawbacks, such as the main important drawback I will tell you, that it is basically illegally done. Legally it is done up to the 12th week or up to the 28th week, up to on the suggestion of the gynecologist, but it is illegally done to abort the female fetus. Means the family, some background means the back-minded, or we can say mean-minded family, which if knows that the growing fetus is female, then they go for simply for the abortion. If the fetus is condition is good, the female condition, the mother condition is also good, in spite of that also, because only the fetus is, the sex of the fetus is the female, they go for the abortion, which is quite disheartening and also not good, we can say, for our society. So this is the main drawback which is present in the case of the MTP or the medical termination of pregnancy. Next we will go for the terminal method or the family planning. What is terminal method? You know already. In the case it is of two types, the vasectomy and the tubectomy, in which the vasectomy, the vasa deferens is cut or blocked, or we can say in the case of tubectomy, the fallopian tube is being cut and sealed, by which it will have a block by the passage of the sperm and ova. It is also said as the sterilization procedure. Okay, it is also said as the sterilization procedure. If in any question it is asked about the sterilization procedure, you should not be confusing, because it is indirectly asking about the terminal method. It is of two types, vasectomy and the tubectomy. In male it is known as the vasectomy, and in the female it is the tubectomy. Simply we can say vasectomy means male sterilization and tubectomy means the female sterilization. Okay. Vasectomy, it consists of two types of surgical method, that is, one is your scalpel or the conventional method, and other one is your non-scalpel vasectomy. Scalpel, as the scalpel is used, it is known as the scalpel method or the conventional vasectomy, and in this case, as the scalpel is not used, other medical equipments are used, so it is called the non-scalpel. Okay, but basically non-scalpel is preferable as compared to the scalpel, as it takes much lower amount of time, and also it is done by doing such a little puncture by which no stitching is also required, and less blood loss is also happens by the non-scalpel, which it is preferable as compared to the scalpel surgery. Tubectomy, as I said earlier, it is also known as the female sterilization, and it is also done by which the fallopian tube is cut, by which the passage of the ova is being blocked, and it is also done by various surgical methods such as the conventional transabdominal surgery or the mini laparotomy surgery. So terminal method is one of your important 3.5 long question in the part of the short question. After writing all this theory, you should do the diagram also. Okay, if 3.5 mark is coming of the terminal method, then you can write overall all the points and you have to also do the diagram. Okay, so this is all about your MTB, medical termination of pregnancy, and the terminal method of the family planning. Okay, please note down. Now we'll discuss our two next main important 3.5 long question. One is your amniocentesis, or we can say assisted reproductive technology, or ART. Okay, so firstly we'll discuss what is amniocentesis. Amniocentesis, we know it is a technique by which we can check whether various genetic disorder is present in the growing fetus or not, by which we have to take the amniotic fluid around 15 ml, by which the presence of the fetal cells we have to analyze it, so that we can diagnose any genetic abnormalities present or any various metabolic activities disorder is present or not. So it was first introduced amniocentesis by the American obstetrician Fritz Frederick Fuchs and Paul Vrills in the year 1956, and it is done by the help of the karyotyped cells. Okay, by which we can check the various genetic disorder. Amniocentesis, it is an important technique by which the genetic abnormality or various metabolic abnormality, or we can say disorder, is being diagnosed. And also it is used for the sex determination, but the technique of the sex determination is quite illegal. It is not legalized. Okay, the sex determination is not legalized. It is only used for the for checking the genetic abnormality or the various metabolic abnormality. Next, another technique is also used, which is similar to amniocentesis, that is your chorionic villus sampling. Means some part of the chorionic villus is being taken, by which it is for the diagnosed to check whether any type of disorder or abnormality is present in the growing fetus or not. Lastly, we can check various chromosomal abnormalities such as your Down syndrome, Turner syndrome, etc. And it is of two types. One is your genetic and also your maturity. Genetic means if it is we find various genetic abnormality in the family history, so we can go for the genetic, or if for the premature delivery we can go for the maturity amniocentesis. So this is your important for the 3.5 marks. So, long question, the part of the long question. Next we will go for the assisted reproductive technology. Before going to it, you should read about the infertility. What is infertility? Okay, the various causes of the infertility in the case of the women, such as the ovulation disorder or problem in the fallopian tube. Okay, and also in the case of the male, such as your testicular surgery, or we can say the oligospermia, means the sperm count is very low, below 10 million. Okay, so these are all the regions of the means the infertility, and the infertility, how it can be diagnosed, and the various treatments are also present of the infertility, and the treatments are your nothing but the assisted reproductive technology, or ART. It is of 5 types. First one is very important, that is your IVF, or in vitro fertilization, which is itself a 3.5 long question. Okay, it can be asked in two way. Write long means short notes on the 3.5 short notes on the assisted reproductive technology, or we can or it can also come in IVF or in vitro fertilization. Okay, so it is up to 5 types. First one is your in vitro fertilization, second one is your AIT, or artificial insemination technique, third one is your GIFT, gamete intrafallopian transfer, next one is your ZIFT, that is your zygote intrafallopian transfer, last one is your surrogate mother. So if it is asked about the assisted reproductive technology, you write overally about all the 5 techniques. As you know, the IVF means in vitro, means outside the body the fertilization takes place, means fusion of the male gamete and the female gamete takes place if the couple is not able to have a baby. AIT means artificial insemination technique, means artificially the sperm is being injected into the or placed inside the uterus of the female from the husband or from the donor male. Next is your GIFT, or gamete intrafallopian transfer. In this case, the gamete are being transferred directly into the fallopian tube, by where the fusion takes place. Next is your zygote intrafallopian transfer. These two are very much similar. Only difference is, in the GIFT, the gamete is being introduced into the fallopian tube, whereas in the ZIFT, the zygote intrafallopian transfer, means the zygote is being introduced, means the fusion is being done. The zygote is being transferred into the fallopian tube for the further development. Last one is nothing but a surrogate mother, in which if the mother is not capable to have a baby, so in that case they can go for a surrogate mother who can normally have all the gestation period of the baby. So if it is asked in overally assisted reproductive technology, you write overally from all the points all the points presenting the 5 techniques, okay, or technologies. If it is asked only IVF, then you should go what is IVF, what is its importance, okay, what are its various drawbacks, what are its various steps, such as super ovulation, egg retrieval, okay, insemination, okay. So the culture, embryo transfer, all you should have to write. Also you have to write the various drawback, what is the various importance or significance, etc. So in detail you have to write about the in vitro fertilization if it is asked. Okay, if it is asked about the ART, you have to write overly about all the 5 techniques. Okay, so we have discussed about the amniocentesis and the assisted reproductive technology. Please note down. So far we discussed the short question, means the 3.5 long question part of the 3.5 marks short notes of the reproductive health in detail. Okay, now we'll discuss the genetic portions. Okay, we'll try to have a recap of the genetic portion. The long question part of the for the genetics we discussed in detail. Okay, today we'll discuss in overally and what can be the objective it can come in your exam. Okay, and also I'll tell what you will write in the long question. So first we'll discuss about the sex determination. Okay, so we know the diploid chromosomes are of 2 types. One is your autosome and the other one is your allosome. In the case of the autosome, it carries the genes of the somatic characters. Okay, and also in the allosomes it carry the genes having the sexual or the non-sexual characters. Allosomes are also known as the sex chromosomes. Okay, also known as the sex chromosomes. Next, 2 terms are there. One is your homomorphic or homogametic, heteromorphic or heterogametic. Means if one type of gamete is present, then it is your homogametic. If two different types of gametes are present, it is your heterogametic. In case of the human, the male is your heterogametic, that is why it is XY. Okay, in the case of the human. Similarly, homogametic, female is your homogametic, as it consists of X, means one type of single type of gamete, that is your one type of gamete. Next, in the case of the bird or reptiles, it is reverse. Okay, if we'll take in for the example of the case of the birds, then in the case of the male, it is homogametic, but the female is heterogametic. So we can say the male is homogametic, means ZZ, whereas the female is heterogametic, that is represented by ZW. Okay, next you should remember the chromosomes which are associated, or the genes that are associated with the Y chromosomes are known as your Y-linked genes, or these are also known as your Hollandric genes. This could be your all importance 1 mark objective. Okay, next, the genes in the case of the human, okay, in the case of the human that are associated is your SRY gene. Okay, if the we all know SRY gene are present on the Y chromosome. So if it is asked that for the development of testes which gene is present, then you will say SRY gene. SRY gene helps in formation of a protein, that is your testis determining factor, or the TDF, which if the SRY gene is present, then it will eventually helps in formation of the testis determining factor, or the protein, that is called TDF, which will eventually helps in development of the testis. Its absence lead to the development of the ovary. But if we can say, if it is asked for the development of the testis which gene is required or gene is present, then your answer will be SRY gene. If it is asked which protein or factor is present, then you will write TDF. Okay, for the development of testis which gene is present, then your answer will be SRY gene. Which means which factor protein is present, then your answer will be testis determining factor. Now come to the some scientist name who gave the dosage compensation. Okay, so your answer will be Mary F. Lyon. Okay, you know the dosage compensation. I've said earlier, dosage compensation means it is a mechanism by which the the dose of the genes are being neutralized, or we can say equalized. Okay, in the case of the female there are 2 X chromosomes, but in the case of the male that is only 1 X chromosome, by which 1 X chromosome gets inactivated in the case of the female, by which we can say the quantity or the amount of genes gets similar as in the case of the female or the male, and that mechanism is nothing but your dosage compensation, which is first given by the Mary F. Lyon. Okay, and that inactivated X chromosome is nothing but your Barr body, and that Barr body was first introduced or seen by the scientist Murray L. Barr, which in which it was seen. It was first seen in the somatic cell, or we can say the nerve cell of the female cat. This could be also your reported 1 mark objective. Okay, as I said earlier, the inactivated X chromosome is nothing but your Barr body. In the case of the in the case of the female, it is your it is your normal female, it is your XX, means 1X gets inactivated, then this is your Barr body. Okay, in the case of the male, it is your X and Y. Okay, as only 1 X chromosome present, though there is no Barr body. Okay, but there are some exceptions, such as in the case of the super female, as in place of the 2 X chromosome there is 1 extra X chromosome. So in this case there are not 1 Barr body but 2 Barr body. Okay, and in the case of the male some exceptions are present, such as Klinefelter syndrome, means in the case of the male there should be no Barr body, but as here 1 extra X chromosome is present, so in this case 1 Barr body is present. Okay, so this is all about your sex determination in the introduction part, or we can say this is all about your 1 mark objective can come from this. Okay, please note down. Now we'll discuss some more 1 mark objectives of the sex determination. Okay, first, who discovered the X chromosome? Okay, your answer will be Henking in the year 1891. where he discovered? In the male bug. Okay, and he described it as the X body. Okay, next, who proposed the chromosomal theory? Then your answer will be Wilson and Stevens proposed first the chromosomal theory of sex germination. Okay, they told the X and Y are the sex chromosome and the rest chromosomes are your autosomes. Okay, next, the drone are which are also known as the male bee, and they are haploid, means having n number of chromosomes. Okay, and these are fertile, means they are capable of reproducing. Okay, next, how the drones are being produced or formed? They are produced without fertilization or a process named parthenogenesis, means without fertilization process is also known as your parthenogenesis. So this could be your also 1 mark objective, how the male bee or the drones are being formed by the help of the, your answer will be by the help of the process called the parthenogenesis. Okay, or simply we can say without fertilization. Then the queens or the female which are produced are of two types. Females are of two types, one is your queen, other one is your worker. Whereas the queen is your fertile female and the worker is your sterile, means one is capable of reproducing and other one is your incapable of reproducing, but both are having diploid, means 2n number of chromosomes. Next we will come to the genic valence mechanism. First, who gave the genic valence mechanism? The scientist name is your Calvin Bridges in the year 1921. We know it is the ratio between the X chromosome and the set of the autosomes. So there are so many examples, such as your, in this case we can write there are 2 X chromosome and your 2A, means 2 by 2 is equal to 1. Okay, which could be your female. Okay, simply say accordingly 2A means 2A XY means 1 by 2 is equal to 0.5, which is your male. Simply X1 by 3 autosomes means 3 is equal to 0.33. Okay, which is a super male. And one more example, your if 3 X chromosomes are present, means 3 by 3. Okay, this one is your triploid female. So accordingly you will write about the genic valence mechanism, by which the sex also determined by the genic valence mechanism, which is known as your ratio of the X chromosome and the set of the autosomes. Lastly, what is gynodermorph? Means the Drosophila, in the case of Drosophila, in which half of the body represents the male characteristics and half of the body represents the female characteristics. We can say it is happened, or we can say gynodermorph occurs due to the non-disjunction of the X chromosome. Okay, these are some more 1 mark objectives of the sex discrimination. Please note down. So in the case of the sex determination, your question pattern, as we have sent the long question, one long question, or 4 3.5 marks short notes will be there. You have to attend any one long question or 3.5 marks 2. In the long question, we clearly have we have done a class separately on the long question, how to write in a standard way or in a animal way. If it is asked human, Drosophila, bird, and also in the case of the honeybee. So how you will write, I have told in the previous class. You can check that video. Now we will discuss some more points on the objective type point. That is, in the case of Drosophila, the single gene effect which has effect is your transformer gene or the TRA gene. Okay, which is present on the 3rd number of autosome. And we know that it is a recessive allele. So that is why, as it is a recessive allele, it have no impact on the heterozygous factor. It have only impact on the homozygous. Okay, if the condition is homozygous, then only it will have an impact. In the heterozygous, it have no impact. How? We know if two, we can say the one dominant is present and the one recessive is present. If one recessive is present, it will always express the dominant. If two recessive factor is present, then only it will have an impact. So that is why if the condition is heterozygous, then it is having no impact. If it is having the homozygous condition, then it will have the impact. Simply in the case of the female, as if the TRA gene are present on the both, or we can say in the homozygous condition, then it will convert the normal female into sterile male. Okay. Next, we will discuss about the human. As we know, the strygen factor, it should generally present in the case of the male. If in the male it is not present, or we can say XY male minus strygen, then it will convert the normal male into sterile female. Female should not be having the strygen. If the female having strygen means female plus strygen, then it will convert normal female into sterile male. Okay. Next, we know about the free Martin. We have known in the case of the gender, the cattle, if the identical twins are of the opposite sex, then one the male is one normal, but the female is somehow sterile, having some characters of the male. Okay, and that female is nothing but your sterile female is your free Martin. We have also discussed the chemotactic sex determination in the case of Bonellia, means the larvae which are on the proboscis region, then those will convert into male, and those are isolatedly growing, then that will be converted into female. Next, also we discussed the temperature dependent in the case of two cases. One is a turtle and other one is a lizard and the crocodile. In the case of the turtle, if the temperature is low, then it will eventually produce the male, and the normal temperature is about 22 to 27 degrees centigrade. If the temperature is high, then the female turtle will be produced. But in the case of the lizard and crocodiles, it is reverse. That is why I have written reverse, means in low temperature female will be produced and the high temperature male will be produced in the case of lizard and the crocodiles. Okay, so these are your some important 1 mark, please note. Now, as we discussed the sex determination in detail and long question we discussed in the earlier class. Now we will directly go to the sex-linked inheritance. In the sex-linked inheritance, you will write first what is your sex-linked gene. Okay, means the gene that are associated with the chromosome that is known as your sex-linked gene. It might be your X chromosome or the Y chromosome. Okay, in the X chromosome, X-linked gene or the Y-linked gene, the genes are present on the non-homologous part of the X chromosome or the Y chromosome. But in the case of the XY linked gene, the chromosomes, the genes are present on the homologous part of the X and Y chromosome. Okay, so that is your X-linked gene. What is your sex-linked inheritance? The mode of inheritance of that sex-linked gene is not known as your sex-linked inheritance. Okay, then in the X-linked gene we discussed the, or we can say X-linked trait we discussed the criss-cross inheritance. We know what is criss-cross inheritance, means the passage of the trait or the characters from the parent to the grandparent of the opposite sex through the transfer of the trait or character from the parents to the grandchild of the same sex through the opposite sex. Okay, it have two conditions. One is your digynic, another one is your diandric. Okay, if the trait is being first transferred from father to daughter and from the daughter to the grandson, okay, means the trait or character is passed from the parent to the grandchild of the same sex, means father male, grandson male, through the daughter means the opposite sex, that condition is known as your digynic. Okay, if the trait or character is transferred from mother to the son and from the son to the granddaughter, means the trait is being passed from the mother to the granddaughter, means male is also female, granddaughter is also female, through the son means the opposite sex, that is your male. So this condition is known as your diandric, and these two conditions are of criss-cross inheritance, which is an X-linked inheritance, which comes under the X-linked inheritance. Okay, then we know what is your Y-linked. Okay, that is the genes that are associated with the Y chromosome, that is your Y-linked genes. The mode of inheritance of that gene is known as your Y-linked inheritance. Common example is your hypotrichosis, means the presence of hair in the case of on the outer surface of the ear-pinna in the case of the male. Similarly, last one is your XY-linked trait. We know in the case of the XY-linked trait, the genes are present on the homologous segment of the X and Y chromosome, and that genes are nothing but a pseudo-autosomal genes. Okay, and this comes under your XY-linked trait. Okay, So in the case of the, if it is asked about the your important next 3.5 is your long question, the short note part of the long question is your color blindness, or we can say the red green color blindness. So in that, if color blindness is being asked in the 3.5, you will write some introduction portion, such as what is sex-linked gene, what is sex-linked inheritance, simply what is the simply you can write about something about the criss-cross inheritance. Then you will go about the color blindness cross, which we will do now. Okay, so please note down. Lastly, we will discuss the cross of the color blindness, which we simply discussed as the red green color blindness. There are 5 cases, but we will only discuss 2. Okay, as the rest 3 you will as I have told earlier, you can see accordingly. So we will discuss today only 2. Similarly, you can see other 3. Okay. So we know that the which type of inheritance is applicable in the case of the sex-linked disorder. As we know, the color blindness is nothing but the one of the sex-linked disorder. Okay, so the criss-cross inheritance is basically applicable in the sex-linked disorder, such as your color blindness and hemophilia. Today we are discussing the color blindness. Okay, we will discuss 2 cases. Okay, how the criss-cross inheritance is applicable. You will mention more 3. Okay, as I have told earlier, you should write all the introduction part as I have told just now, all the introductory part. Then you will go to the cross. Okay, so color blind women, we know, as you know already, by you give number, serial number. Okay, as you have the 5 cross, you write color blind woman, normal men, you write in the side parents. Okay, color blind woman means we know that is your XC. Okay, normal men means X and Y. Okay, next, gamete formation. Okay, these are important, don't skip this. Gamete formation, one is your XC, other one is your X and Y. Okay, next is your offspring. Okay, we'll cross this one with this one, this one with this one, means XCX, and this one will be XCY, this one will be XCX, this one will be XCY. Okay, so XCX means this is a carrier female. I am writing my symbol, carrier female. Okay, XCY means colorblind male. Colorblind male. XCX means simply we can say carrier female. This one also colorblind male. Okay, so how the criss-cross inheritance is applicable means if the woman or the mother is colorblind, then there is more chance that your son will be completely colorblind. As we find here, the 100% sons are colorblind, means this is nothing but your criss-cross inheritance. Means if the mother is completely colorblind, then in that case your sons are also colorblind. Okay, after writing this, you can write percentage accordingly. If you are taking the completely 100% of child, then you can write 100%. If total child for 100% you are taking, then you can write simply 50% are carrier female and 50% or we can say 50% are carrier daughter and the 50% are colorblind son. You will write accordingly, 50% carrier daughter, 50% color blind son. Okay, you will mention any one if you are taking 100% total child. If you are taking 100% of son and daughter, then what would be your answer? 100% are carrier female and 100% are colorblind son. 100% carrier daughter, 100% colorblind son. Okay, percentage is important. Okay, you can write anyone, 100% total child or 100% of son and daughter. Next is your in the case of the second case, that is your carrier woman or colorblind man. Okay, I have taken two examples because I want to represent, say that if the mother is being colorblind, then there are more chances of the son of the colorblind, and if the colorblind man or we can say the father is colorblind, then there are more chances the female will be colorblind. So we can see simply here also we will write parents. Carrier woman means XCX, cross symbol we will give. Colorblind man means XCY. Gamete formation XCX XCY. Now the offspring, this one will cross with this one, this one will cross with this one. First we will find XC, XC, then XCY. Okay, two more, this one will cross with this one, we will find XXC. Fourth one is your XY. Okay, so this one will be your color blind daughter, colorblind daughter. This one will be your colorblind. I am writing in shortcut, but you write in detail, means carrier daughter, colorblind son. Okay, you will write in detail. Okay, colorblind son. You don't give the shortcut. And for as we have discussing total briefly, I am giving the shortcut. So this one is your colorblind daughter. This one is your colorblind son. Okay, this one is your carrier daughter. Okay, this one is your carrier daughter. Last one is your normal son. Okay, here also you can write the 100% of total child. If you will take, then you will find if 100% will take, we will find that 25% is your colorblind daughter, 25% is carrier daughter, 25% is colorblind son, 25% is normal son. 25% carrier daughter, 25% colorblind daughter. Okay, 25% normal son, 25% normal daughter. Okay, if you will take the 100% total child. Here also we can see if the father is colorblind, then there are more chances that your daughter will be colorblind. Okay, if you will take 100%, they will find 25% carrier daughter, 25% colorblind daughter, 25% normal son, 25% normal daughter. Okay, 25% colorblind daughter, 25% colorblind son, 25% carrier daughter, 25% normal son. Okay, carrier, color, normal. Okay, if you will take 100% of the son and daughter, I am telling it, hear it. If I will take the 100% of the total, if 100% of the son and daughter, what we will find? The 50% is your colorblind daughter, 50% is your carrier daughter. If the 100% of the son, 50% will be your colorblind son, 50% will be your normal. you can write accordingly. Okay, any of the you can write. You can take 100% total child, or you can write 100% of son and daughter. Okay, what will be this? I have told now. Okay, means 50% son are 50% son are colorblind, 50% son are normal, 50% daughter are colorblind, 50% daughter are carrier. Okay, if you will write of the 100% son daughter, you will write accordingly. If you are writing 100% total child, you will write 25% carrier daughter, 25% colorblind daughter, 25% normal son, 25% normal daughter. Okay, so as accordingly you have to write. You have to sign. You can't skip this. You should write parent, gamete, offspring, give a cross sign. Okay, then you will write accordingly what result you have found. Okay, so as for now we discussed clearly from starting from the reproductive health of the hormonal method up to your sex-linked inheritance disorder, that is your one of the sex-linked disorder, sex-linked disorder, that is your color blindness. Okay, so that's all for today. We will meet in our next class. Thank you.